So it's 2021. I was about 15 years old at that age, 15, 16. And I have this dull feeling that I always feel on Saturdays and Sundays, kind of the weekends when I'm not being kept too busy, And while I'm trying to think of what to make myself for breakfast again, I get this mad feeling and I start thinking why I feel so angry at myself and everything that's been happening around me. And I get in this loop where I start to think that I have no purpose and I don't even know what I'm exactly doing other than surviving. I mean, I acknowledge that there's things like video games that make me happy and then also guilty at the same time. And certain things that make me less happy, like school. Very obvious. And I started to think that you study almost the first 12 years of your life to get a job, and then you get a job to survive. And survive so you can keep doing the job until you're hopefully reach the age of 65 and don't have fucking cancer already or die in an accident. And even then you don't start living life because you're too worn out, so you just want to watch TV the whole day. And I start thinking to myself, why really live like this? I mean, that's what society expects us to do, right? Going to school is the right thing to do because everybody who doesn't go to school is the loser who's going to end up homeless. That's what we're told, and that is partially also true. Looking at statistics, I can't pull that out right now in case some geeks could be like, actually, in terms of statistics, shut up, bro. Just be quiet and listen to the video. And I realize that that's what society wants us to do. So if everybody does that, who am I to stand out? And why would anybody support me in this even? Even my parents, even your parents are conditioned to do so by school. Because the school tells us, study 12 years, go to university another 4 years, make an average salary, hopefully higher if you can. Spend 50 weeks out of the 52, or for some people, because in some countries there have better opportunities, they can spend 48 weeks out of 52, and then for 4 weeks in a year you can make holiday, and that's supposed to be your fucking... Nobody heard that. That's supposed to be your paradise. And I remember being so small and I used to think, oh my god, my parents have 4 weeks of holiday, that's like literally like paradise, like that's unbelievable. But they spend 95% of their time working, or either working or being tired or thinking of work or thinking of how to prepare themselves for work. So anyway, I don't want to dwell on that too much, although I could for too long. And fast forward 2 years, all this happens. I kind of get in a thought and I start to research more about this, how to self-improve, and I get into this phase of my life where I'm trying to work harder and work on things that actually matter, that are going to bring me forward. I'll get to that later. And I start dreaming, and all the self-improvement caught me, and I tell my friend about my small business of reselling clothes and how I started making a couple €100 already, not in profit, don't get me wrong. And he all of a sudden goes, yeah, that's nice, but it doesn't really seem that realistic to me. And I think he's joking. I don't fully understand because I'm so like excited, and I'm telling him, and he goes, to make a business you need luck, and that usually doesn't happen to people. And I realize how conditioned people are, but I also realize that what he's saying is not abnormal. And in that moment I remembered exactly, I was in the class, we had a 15-minute break, and I started looking around and I'm like, this is what everybody would say, this isn't really that unlucky. And I started looking at people, and I see on the corner some girls having anxiety because of school, some other girl trying to comfort her, like saying like, oh, it's all good, while she's shaking because we have an exam the next day. And teachers didn't even teach anything because they're doing this job for money. Nobody's passionate anymore. Like I'm saying, nobody's passionate anymore in this society. And then I look at the other corner, some geek trying to like learn his ass off, but he doesn't even know why he's doing that. He just wants to make his parents proud. And I realized that the more I look around, I realized how everybody gave up on that dream that they had once they were smaller. Like everybody wanted to be an astronaut, everybody wanted to be a superhero, help people out, whatever. But now everybody's just trying to survive in this school environment. It's all about survival. Nobody's trying to enjoy it. Nobody's trying to make the best out of school. Most people just are trying to get the best GPA or the best grade they can. And any type of dream is crushed already. So anything that's outside of the slave programming, I want to call that, I know it sounds cliche, but everything that's outside of what school wants you to do, which is to work 40, 50 years your life, if you bring that to people up, they're going to call you unrealistic, and they're not going to believe in it because that's what they're meant conditioned to do, even your parents most likely. I've talked a lot, I'm aware, but what I'm saying is really important, and I want you to, if you didn't understand a part, please go backwards, because I'm not saying this to get views or anything. I'm literally telling you my mind, because ever since that moment I realized this, my life has really changed, and I'm not saying this to like be cool or anything, is how it is. And I wrote certain things down as well, certain quotes that I wanted to write down, but don't want to waste too much time on that now. You don't need to be watching some type of zombie movie to realize that zombies exist. Just go outside and ask any person on the street what they're living for. The best they can say is to earn money. And you might want to ask them, oh, what are you saving up for? Like, whatever. And they might be like, they might think a lot and then realize, no, I'm just trying to make it, man. Just trying to live. Which is a basic necessity. You're wasting 40, 50 years of your life to live a basic life. Like a zombie, bro. Like a senseless zombie. I keep asking these people what their goals are or what they're working on. They're like, I mean, I can do that after school, or like, yeah, that's pretty nice if you have a dream. But, yeah. I mean, it doesn't sound realistic to me. That's a fucking mindset. They're like zombies, bro. They're already dead. Their dreams died a long time ago. I know this sounds very cliche, and this is just the way it is, man. And before some dumbass even comments, you don't know what you're talking about, dude. That's how the economy is supposed to be running, Lamau. What's this guy talking about? Yes, I respect anybody who works, and I understand that this is how the economy is supposed to be working, but this isn't even work that you're doing. The formula for work is force. So the amount of force you put in something, the amount of effort, I'll call that now, and displacement. So the amount of effort and the impact that you make that changes it, that displaces you to a different position. And working for 40 years and then barely having 10,000 euros maybe optimistically saved up doesn't really give you much of a displacement that is far from zero. And anything that you multiply by zero is going to be zero. Even if you put in a lot of work, even if you work so many hours a day, and at the end of 40 years you have no distance established from the point where you started, then the work's going to be zero as well. That's not that complicated. And I understand that it sounds very pessimistic, because there's two types of people watching this. One is going to think that I'm kind of being crazy or talking some bullshit to get views, and the other person is going to have some type of awakening and thinking, damn, I really don't want to be wasting 48 weeks of my 52 weeks just preparing for work and doing stuff that doesn't even care, and working for a company that wouldn't care if I got stage 4 cancer or died in a car accident. And there's 100,000 people like me that work in this company. And this is the video for those who don't know where life's gonna lead them, and they're kind of getting dragged in life, and they just want to make some type of money, I guess. That's their only goal. They don't want to be a loser. They don't want to be homeless, obviously. And they have no goal. They don't know why they're working. They don't know why they put so much money into school. Bro, you don't have to be this one ant that society expects you to be and sacrifice your entire life just to make a little, maybe microscopic impact in the economy, to keep the economy running. Really, man. So you don't have to settle for the programming that school gives you and everything. And I don't want to, I've talked already a lot about this, and society already preaches that enough, so I don't want to just copy paste what society tells you. Sorry, I don't want to copy paste what these people tell you that say, oh, don't go to school and anything. That's not what I'm saying. Go to school, but have a purpose in mind, and realize that you don't have to be working for these companies that only see you as a number. the last 2 years I've been genuinely trying to learn skills. I mean, just to make money and kind of build my own thing, to be able to build my own, I want to call it empire, but whoever's listening to this right now is going to think that I'm being delusional again. I've been spending so much time on this, and you don't have to, honestly. There's 334 million businesses, I even wrote that down, in the world. And you can't make one more business for yourself so you don't have to work for someone else's business. That's only going to be enough to stop you from working for someone else. This is a very big topic, and I understand that I haven't covered everything, like how to stop this and how to make a business or everything, and I haven't succeeded in that long enough to give you advice. But all I know is that ever since I started working for myself and realized that the conditioning that schools gives you is very pessimistic and drains you from this energy and turns you into a zombie, I started self-improving, and I strongly recommend you do too. I hope you could learn something from this video. For all these people thinking that I'm just blabbing or whatever, either rewatch this video or get a life. Bye.